Ladies and gentlemen, we have taken one great step forward as a species, as humanity. I want a round of applause. They're finally planning to rewrite the SSA from Cobol into Java. I'm, uh, I'm emotionally perturbed. I can't believe it. It only took 70 years. Uh, I was sort of unfamiliar with the allegations each party was making towards the other, so I had to do my due diligence. I did some Googles, and of course, you had to go past the first few pages to find real information. Maybe the fort should do. And from what I've seen, it seems the allegation that supposedly benefits payments are being made to dead people of 150 years old isn't true. It's just a rumor that grew out of proportions. Allegedly, what was originally said was the Numident file, which is like an index of every social security number ever issued. That file, if you were to pass away, more often than not, it would not be updated to show that you were deceased. But the other files related to like payments and benefits, those are up to date and maintained properly. It was the Numident file that wasn't. And that was a rumor that just grew out of proportion. But take it with a grain of salt. Either side could be lying. I'm a tech channel, not a political channel. So, what is wrong with Cobol? You know, one of the 10 great edicts of programming is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So one of the main problems with Cobol is there is absolutely no form of standardization. Unless you're using the original Cobol, everybody has a compiler for themselves. And it'd be very hard to maintain the code base unless every organization was using the same compiler. I'm guessing that the government agencies made around similar times would use the same compilers, but as time went by, Cobol came around in 1950. As time went by, they found better alternatives. Some stuck with the original, and thus we had different organizations using different compilers. It's a tedious job to tweak the code from one compiler for it to work for another compiler. Also, compilers are expensive as hell. 3,700? Damn. I've seen prices ranging from like 1,000 up to 8,640 per user. And imagine that, but for plenty of organizations with like, at the minimum, 10 developers per team. And just that cost spread across, not spread, rather multiplied by plenty of agencies. The other problem is with the programmers themselves. It's more of a, for lack of a better term, it's a skill issue. When Cobol was made, the programming constructs that we have now and the paradigms we use were not made back then. And so going from your college degree with Java or Python or a popularly used language, going from that to Cobol is just annoying and tedious. You almost have to rethink the way you program. It's still a procedural language, but it works entirely differently. In Cobol, there isn't even local variables. Supposedly, you have to go with such a roundabout method to achieve the same effect, and something like that could just be tiring for new developers. And currently, they propose for Cobol to be rewritten to Java. And you've got to ask, why not Rust? I'm playing. By switching to Java, you'd have much easier maintainability and access to a larger pool of very experienced developers. And the main target of Doge, you can monitor the code base and actually work with it and understand what's going on rather than just looking at the hieroglyphics that's on the Cobol code base. But Java, popularly used language, couldn't really go wrong with that. But they're proposing a 4-month switch, 3 to 4 month switch. Experts are saying, the experts are, trust me, bro, they're saying at least 1 to 2 years worth of time to properly rewrite the code securely. I mean, this is not the first time they've attempted something like this. I believe it was back in 2017 they had commissioned for it to be rewritten, but halfway through it was impeded by C19 and they just gave up on it. I mean, there are so many other complications. How are they gonna test it? Are they gonna phase it? Are they gonna pilot it? There's a lot to think about. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's worth switching over? Which side do you agree on? And you gotta remember, in politics, it's never about who you like more, it's about who you hate less. Neither side is ever right. And that's it for this video. Please like, subscribe, get my watch time up, and I'll see you guys in a bit.